name is Joseph Gugi. I am one of the co-founders of Pre-PT Grind, which is a platform that helps you pre-PTs get into PT school without wasting time or money. We're not trying to apply for 10 years and hopefully get into PT school by guessing. We want to help y'all get in on the first try. So if you are new to the Pre-Doctor Physical Therapy Students page, welcome. Alex, how are you doing? If you're new here, welcome. If you're listening to this as a podcast recording on our Pre-PT Grind podcast, welcome. If wherever you're listening to this right now, welcome. Robin, how are you doing? Alexis, Alex, great to have you all joining me. Justin, good to see you. Tonight, we're going to have a good conversation because I like being real. But what I'm noticing is that even though now I am a physical therapist, I have a clinic that I run, coach pre-PTs, and do all these different things, I'm starting to realize, Jesse and Sophie, how are you guys doing? I'm starting to realize that even now, a lot of the situations that I'm going through currently, a lot of the experiences that I'm having now are still ending up relating with a lot of the experiences and fears and anxieties that I had as a pre-PT when I was in the exact same position that you're in right now as a pre-PT. Right now, if you're live, if you're on replay, can you just let me know? I like to know this because I like to know who my audience is. Like, are you applying this cycle? If you're applying this cycle, comment yes. If you're applying in 2020, just let me know. If you're applying in 2021, if you have no idea, just put I don't know. I just like to know who I'm talking to. But regardless of where you're at on your pre-PT journey, it doesn't matter if you're applying right now or not. A lot of what I'm going to talk about tonight really has to deal with you, Keith. It really has to deal with you because this is something that I did not necessarily understand as a pre-PT, but I'm growing to understand now because the same type of fears that you have now. So, I mean, if y'all are okay with sharing this, would y'all would you be okay with sharing what some of your fears are? I'm going to share with y'all mine. Like, I got some fears. And so, would you be okay with sharing with me, what are some of your fears with applying this cycle or the next time you're applying? What are they? I can tell you what some of the more common ones are, but I'd love to hear from you. What's that one thing where you're like, dang, I don't know. Is it I might not get in? Is it I've kind of been down this path already? Is it the fact that, man, dang, I've been trying for this thing, whether it's the GRE or anything, it's just not going the way I thought it would? Is it being left behind? Is it having classmates that are a little bit ahead? Is it maybe you're a non-traditional student, you're just a little further out, and you're like, man, I'm scared of going back in and maybe not being as polished as some of the students that have been through it before or have been going through college all the way through. Whatever it is, just let me know below. What are you scared of? What are you concerned about as a pre-PT? What are you worried about? I mean, this is a safe space where no one's going to judge you. Taylor, how are you doing? What are you scared of? As a pre-PT, what are you most concerned about, or what are some of your fears and concerns as you prepare to push on and apply to PT school and really just try to claim this dream of yours? Because what I talk about tonight is going to be speaking to you. And I'm saying you because we all have the fears. They're just different. GRE, Keith. I hear you, man. I hear you. What are they? So, one of the things, so today I'm talking about the law of control. And one of the biggest things, and I was actually thinking about this about 2 weeks ago, one of the biggest things that I'm starting to realize is a lot of my fears, believe it or not, and I'll share what some of them are because I'm open with them, but a lot of my fears have always been attached to my inability to feel like I'm in control of my situation. So what do I mean by that? One of my biggest fears is heights. Put a little hand emoji if y'all are scared of heights. If you're not, then just sit down and live your best life. So one of my biggest fears is heights. Funny enough, I do a lot of plane traveling and all that stuff, but I'm actually scared of heights. And one of giving 110% and coming up short. Yo, I hear you, Justin. I hear you. And we'll get down to that, man. Like, one of my biggest fears is heights, to the point where this was I believe it was my junior year. It was either no. It was right when I was starting PT school. I believe I made a promise, and promises can be tricky. How you doing, Raquel? How are you? Let's see who else is on here. Isabella, Kaylee. I hope I'm not pronouncing that incorrectly. But when I first started PT school, I had just started, dating my now wife, and I made a promise to her. I told her for our 1 year anniversary, we're gonna jump out of a plane and skydive. Needless to say, it still hasn't happened. I've been pushing this thing for years, y'all. Like, I'm a big scaredy cat when it comes to jumping out of a plane because I'm scared of heights. I'm terrified of heights. I literally imagine. I've had nightmares about what it would be like to be in a plane, knowing that the only way I'm coming down is by jumping. Like, why would I jump out of a perfectly functioning aircraft? Why can't I just sit down, go up for the ride, and then just stay with the pilot when they come down? Like, fears. And a big reason for that fear is because I don't really feel like I'm in control of my life. Not like I'm in any more control in a car, but it's perception. Like, I perceive that I'm not in as much control. Taylor, how you doing? And so when I'm in the air, my thoughts in my head is I'm free falling. And obviously there's the parachute that's going to open up, but I'm just terrified. I don't know if y'all who has a fear of heights? If you have a fear of heights, just let me know so I know I'm not alone. If I'm alone, it's cool. But that's one of my fears, and it's because I don't feel like I'm in control of my I don't really care about everybody else's situation. It's I don't personally feel like I have control of my situation. Another example is when I was a kid. I think I was about 9 years old. We were in Indianapolis. If y'all are from Indiana, shout it out. We were in Indianapolis, and I remember us being in an elevator, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if something happened in the building or whatnot, but I still talk about it with my sister. I distinctly remember the elevator getting stuck, and then what happens is with elevators, there's layers of doors, right? So you have the outside door, and then you have the inside door. So what happened was the inside door opens, and me and my young self, panicking mode. Remember, I don't like being out of control of my current situation. I remember the inside doors opening, but the outside door staying shut, which means that all we saw was all this wiring and whatever else. So I panicked. I freaked out. I think I had a little panic attack in there, and obviously we had to call the maintenance, and it took a while. I can't remember what was wrong. I think I was just too stressed to even try to figure it out, Katie. Thank you for joining us tonight. But the honest truth is I was terrified out of my mind, because in my head, it's safer for me to go downstairs where I can control where I'm at, where I can control how fast I'm going down, where I can see a door that I can walk through, where I can stop if I want to stop, where I can speed up if I want to speed up. I simply like to be in control of my current situation. Now, why am I telling you all this? Why am I telling you that I'm terrified of heights? And now I'm going to have to jump out of that plane regardless. That's that. I promised her. She's my wife. I love her. And so I got to make sure I do it. I'll be terrified, to be honest, but it doesn't matter. I'll have to do it anyway. But the honest truth is, why am I telling you about my fear of heights? Why am I telling you about my fear of not being in control? Honestly, I had a fear of elevators for a long time, well into my college years, because of that one experience. To this day, I still kind of, I'm fine now, but there's times I'll even kind of hold my breath if it's a really, really long elevator ride, or if I'm by myself. And the honest truth is, I like to feel in control. And as a pre-PT, whether you're applying right now, whether you're applying next cycle, whether you're applying in 2021, we haven't really been taught how to take control of our application. I actually just had a few conversations this weekend so far. And each of those students, I asked them, if you were to apply right now, or as you're applying right now, how confident, How confident are you on a scale of 0 to 10 that you're getting in? That you're locked into PT school, that this is it. Like, when you're confident about something, you're just like, it's a done deal. And most of them said anywhere between 2 and 4. Which means that they didn't really feel like they had much control about they didn't feel like they really had control of the outcome. They didn't really feel like they had control of the situation they were in as an applicant. They didn't feel like they had control over like what the schools were going to think. They didn't think they had control over whether they were going to get rejected or not. They didn't think they had control over whether they were going to stand out or they were going to be lumped up in the crowd, which makes sense because all we've been taught to do, as y'all have probably heard me and Casey say, is we've been all told to do the same stuff. Go retake this, go do this, go do that. And so ultimately, we haven't been taught how to take control back. We haven't been taught as pre-PTs to actually know that there's a way. Yo, what's up, Ryan? How you doing, man? Like that there's a way to actually have control of our current situation as pre-PTs. There's a way to actually apply and know that you can actually get in that cycle without having to guess and do this over and over. But the honest truth is, do you understand the law of control? Are you applying right now? Like, ask yourself this. You don't have to comment it, but ask yourself this. Like, am I applying right now? Am I going through PT Cast because it's been open for, 5 days? Like, am I going through PT Cast right now and still feel like I don't know what's going to happen? Am I applying right now and I'm like, shoot, I'm trying to figure out what PT Cast is like. I'm trying to figure PT Cast itself out. Like, and it's happening because we get questions all the time. Hey, what about this? Hey, what about that? And it's the norm. But the honest truth is, like, shoot, I can't even figure out PT Cast, let alone my whole application process. So, like, shoot, do I really have that much control? And the answer is you do. You have the potential to have that control, but you haven't been taught that. You have been shown, you have not been shown how to do that. And that's also why when we talk to our academic advisors, for y'all that have low GPAs, that's why you've been told to find a different career path. That's why you've been told by family members or friends or people that are close to you, you know what? Things aren't looking so well because you got rejected last cycle or the last 2 cycles. Pick something else. You've been taught, hey, you really don't have that much control of this thing, so give it a shot. And if it doesn't work out, then that just means that it's not for you. And I don't think any one of y'all really want to feel that way. I don't think any one of y'all that are applying this cycle are in the mood of, let's see if it's for me or not. Let's see if this profession that I love with all my heart, that I'm so excited to join, let's see if it's for me or not. If it doesn't work out, if I try 2 schools and they don't get me in, well, maybe it's not for me. And the honest truth is, because of how we've had those conversations with advisors, because of how we've had those conversations with family members who really have never gone through this process, so they don't know what to do. The honest truth is, we start to feel like we have less and less control. Now, if there's at any point in this journey, if you have felt like you just did not know, you were like, man, I don't really feel like I have full control of this thing, like, comment me below. I want y'all to see that you're not alone. Like, if at any point, maybe right now you feel a little more confident, maybe right now you don't, but at any point in this journey, you felt, I don't really feel like I have that much control of my outcome as an applicant. I don't really feel like I have that much control of my journey as a pre-PT. I don't really feel like I have that much control of my acceptance as a student. If at any point in your journey so far, even this year, you felt that, just comment me below, because I felt that multiple times as an applicant. Casey felt that multiple times. I can show y'all countless other pre-PTs that are going through what you're feeling. The law of control. Natalie, how you doing? Colin, how you doing? The law of control. The one thing that I want y'all to understand is this tonight. Ryan, I hear you, man. I hear you, man. The one thing I need you to understand, Ryan, the one thing I need you to understand, Natalie, the one thing I need each and every one of y'all to understand tonight is that you have the ability to take full control of your application. You have it. The question is whether you're willing to do what needs to be done to take that. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when you can apply to PT school and know, this is it. This is the year. It's done. It's a very different feeling when you're applying and you're like, dang, I hope this is it. I hope this is the year. I hope after taking the GRE 5 times and applying to like 10 schools, spending like $700 on this and flying to, observe at this school or visit faculty members or this. I hope I get in. Like that's not worth it. So seek to find what you can control. And honestly, seek control. I want y'all to look for that tonight. Like as a pre-PT, that's why I kept it simple tonight. Seek control. I don't want y'all to feel the way I felt when I was in that elevator. I don't want y'all to feel the way I feel when I think about jumping out of a plane. I want y'all to feel in absolute control. There are things you cannot control, but you always want to control the controllables. If right now you're in the position where you're like, shoot, like I feel like everything's falling apart. I feel like everyone's ahead of me. I feel, okay, cool. Like what can you control? Always seek to find what you can control. And the thing is that Casey and I want to do is we want to give y'all as much control of that outcome as possible. We want to give y'all the ability to feel that. Like, yo, when I apply, this is it. This is it. So we're going to keep serving y'all and pouring into you as much as we can. But the honest truth is, like, do you want that control? If you want it, then it's a no-brainer. If you don't, then, okay, cool. Keep doing what you're doing. But the honest truth is, like, we want to give y'all that control. And that's why if you're like, man, okay, like, I hear you, Joseph. Like, I'm not where, like, on a scale of 0 to 10, like, I don't have that 10 out of 10 confidence that this is my year. Like, I have some days where I feel good because I'm just motivated and excited. I have some days where I'm kind of terrified, but I really don't have that confidence that I have everything laid out in a way that will actually get me into PT school. What's up, Raphael? How you doing? And I want that. I'm at a 2. I'm at a 3. Maybe I'm at a 5. But I want that 10 out of 10. I want to feel like I'm in control of my journey as a pre-PT. If that's you and you're like, yo, I'm ready to level up. I want to figure out what I have to do. Then honestly, comment control below. Comment control below. What I want to do is I want to give you like a 3-part training that Casey and I did. It's a pre-PT acceptance blueprint. A 3-part training where we show you how to gain that control. We show you how to reclaim that control, because that's the one thing that as a pre-PT has been taken away from you. The control. The control of feeling like, yo, I know exactly what's going to be on the other side. I know what the school's going to say. I know what's going to happen to me financially. I know how I'll afford that school that I want to apply to, but I really don't know how. Like all those different things that we get overwhelmed by, all those things that generate all of this pre-PT anxiety, all the things that all the pre-PTs that have gone before you and after you, the ones that have quit, all the things that wore them down, that was a lack of control. And if you want it, just comment control and I'll just message it to you. Like I'll message you the link. You can start watching it. If you're stuck on anything, let me know. And then myself or Casey would love to get on the phone with you and just help you regain that control. That's it. That's it. But that's what we're here to do. We're here to serve you. So if you're like, yo, I want that control ASAP, just comment control below. And what I'll do is tonight, tomorrow, like whenever you comment, I will make sure that you get that link. I will make sure that you get that training so you can regain that control, because it's not a great place to be. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not a great place to be where you feel out of control. It's not a great place to be where you feel like you don't have like what you need. It's not a great place to be. Like, man, like wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice, yo, Ryan? Wouldn't it be nice if you could literally like apply this cycle, go through PT Cast and be like, yo, this is the only time I'm doing this thing. Wouldn't it be nice if you walk into your GRE and you're like, yo, this is the only time I'm doing this thing? Wouldn't it be nice when you finally like hit like submit on PT Cast, you're like, yo, this is the only time I'm applying to schools? Wouldn't it be nice if you could walk in to your interview and be like, yo, this is it. This is it. Like you walk out of your interview and you're like, yo, this is it. Wouldn't it be nice? The honest truth is you've been led to believe that you can't control that. Because like, oh, there's so many students applying. We'll see what happens. Maybe you just go retake this class. Maybe you do this. Isn't that what we're all told? And if you're all told the same thing, how the heck are you going to stand out? Like how is that giving you control? If anything, that's just throwing you off. I can't tell y'all how many students have told me, Joseph, I applied last cycle and the two schools or one school or three schools that I got rejected from, like one of them actually sat down with me and told me what I could change. And they said I should retake this class and this class. I went forward and reapplied to that school this year, having retaken those classes, having A's in both those classes, and still got rejected. What am I supposed to do about that? You don't have control as a pre-PT. You don't. And the honest truth is, unless it's given to you, you'll never even believe you have a chance of getting it. And it actually, like, okay, so it's like me. Like, right now, I feel like I have absolute control of my career. What I can do, what I can't do, all that stuff, whatever. And because of that, my confidence actually shows. Like, like, y'all can see me, like, emitting it in how I communicate. And that emits from you. Like, if you don't feel like you have control of your journey as a pre-PT, your anxiety and nervousness is actually going to be emitted. Your hesitancy is going to be emitted. Your inability to act now is going to be emitted. Your inability to, like, you're going to look at PT Cast and be like, dang, it opened on the 3rd. Okay. Like, and some of y'all, like, in September, y'all still going to be looking at PT Cast like, I don't know what I should do about this. Like, you're wasting time because of the hesitancy. And it's not your fault. It's just the fact that you've not been given control. Those who have control have the power to take action. Those who have control have the ability to determine their outcomes. Those who have control have the ability to navigate this whole system without going through all the same, like, repeated problems that everyone else does. Like, y'all ever notice that, like, when Casey and I are talking, we're usually saying stuff that you're like, oh yeah, that's what I've been thinking about. Oh yeah, that's what I've been going through. Oh yeah, that's what's been stressing me out. Oh yeah, the honest truth is, the only reason why we know that is because we've dealt with so many pre-PTs. And we've been pre-PTs ourselves. And the fact that we know it so well, it just means that a lot of people are going through the same thing. A lot of people feel out of control as pre-PTs. So if that's what you want, comment control. And I'm going to give you our 3-part series, our 3-part pre-PT acceptance blueprint series. We filmed it just for you. You'll get access to it right now. Like, it's free. Look through it. And then once you finish it, like, if you can finish it in a day, even better. Like, I want y'all to just message myself privately or go to Contact Pre-PT Grind and message it. Just find Casey and I somehow and say, yo, I want to talk. I've watched all 3 trainings and I'm ready to retake control. I want control of my application. I want control of my acceptance. I want to get in. I'm done playing games. If that's you, comment control. I will send you the blueprint. Go through the blueprint. Crush through it. And then after that, I would love to speak on the phone with you this week. I have certain slots of time this week. So if y'all can get it faster, even better. We can talk this week and get you on your journey to reclaiming control. So that this is it. This is it. If that's you, once again, comment control. Let's freaking crush it. Let's freaking crush it. If there's someone in this group that you're like, yo, this person should have heard this message, I want y'all to tag them below. Comment with their name below. And that's it. That's it. Let's freaking take over. You have the ability to have control as a pre-PT. Not having control is one of the scariest things that you can ever experience. And that's probably why most of my fears are attached to my inability to feel in control of my situation. Simple as that. Do you want control? If you do, just let me know below. And I'll make sure you get that training. Let's freaking crush it. Let's freaking crush it. This next week, y'all, be ready. You'll see me posting. This next week, we're bringing in some pre-PT winners who have been where you're at, who have gone through the process, who have reclaimed their control. You'll see what they did, how they did it, so you can also follow their path. We'll be sharing that with you starting tomorrow. We'll post what it's going to look like. Let's freaking get it. Super excited. Have an amazing evening. Comment control. If you know someone that needed this live stream today, comment their name so they can also reclaim control of their journey. Let's freaking get it. Y'all have a blessed one. Many blessings. Bye.